welcome to another show that we have here, the Super Sports Collection Show. So excited to be doing the second show. It's getting more and more exciting. The ideas that are coming our way and the people that are coming our way. I want to introduce my host, my fellow co-host, Alex Pears. Come on in, Alex.
Hey, Bruce, how are you tonight? Great to be back.
Doing great. I'm thrilled to be doing this show with you because, like, I'm the older guy that has all this, kind of practical experience with trading cards from the 60s and 70s. And you're this guy that has all this up-to-date information about those cards, but also some of the more modern cards and understanding values that I have no idea about, understanding rating cards that I don't really understand too much. Not that I don't understand it, but I really haven't used it yet. And working together with you and having you look at the cards that I have, it's encouraging me to not only know that eventually I might be able to sell these cards that I've been holding on to for 60 years, working together with other card collectors and maybe setting up in the future some auctions with them.
Absolutely.
Told me that you're aware of different software programs that we can use to do that with. So that's exactly what makes this show so interesting, is that, I have my strengths and you have yours, and together we're going to have a heck of a show here to help new collectors, old collectors, investors, buyers, sellers. It's going to be a fun show to check out.
Absolutely, for sure. Definitely one you want to keep your eye on.
So one of the things that came up this week was that I've been on LinkedIn for years, Facebook since I think 2008 or 2009. But LinkedIn is an incredible place to connect with lots of different people. And some of the people I've connected with over the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years was for another business that I started, where I started contacting professional athletes. Now, a lot of the professional athletes, after they're done playing, they go to LinkedIn to see who they can connect with for jobs or for other, income. So over the years, I've literally connected with hundreds of athletes, some of them retired, some of them still active. And I've just put out the word to 3 or 4 or 5 people, and I've gotten 2 very positive responses. In other words, part of this show in the future, we're going to have professional athletes come on and talk about their interesting sports collectibles that no one probably has ever seen. And we're going to do that every show. We're going to have a professional athlete on with us, and that should be a lot of fun. And you have your different contacts and connections that way. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so as mentioned in the last show, I do have contacts for that one YouTube channel, Chasing Cardboard, who we hope to get on here at some point. He goes around and buys a lot of collections and a lot of different oddities that you may not really see. He actually does have contacts with other professional players. One of the most notable ones that I've seen, at least, was Oakland A's pitcher Raleigh Fingers. So there's an episode on that if you want to check that out. It's definitely really cool. He's got a very unique collection himself. And then I'm hoping to get, at some point, reach out and get my friend from high school who I used to play with, one of the Astros top prospects. Hopefully we can get him on the show and kind of give us, a little bit of what life is like being in a minor league system.
I was looking at some YouTube videos or some news. That's what it was, some news. And it was a story about every team letting everybody else know who their top pitcher, up and coming top pitcher is, and up and coming top batter is, offensive player. And your guy was who they mentioned for the Houston Astros. I thought that was really exciting.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Kind of seeing someone who you actually play with, be in an article as one of actually the top hitter in an organization is pretty cool. Like I said before, it's right on the cusp of it. Really excited to see where his future goes, and looking forward to watching him.
And not only that, you and I live in South Florida.
Correct.
And we live in the Jupiter, Palm Beach area. And two teams have their spring training right here at Jupiter. You've got the Florida Marlins and you got the St. Louis Cardinals sharing one stadium right here in Jupiter. And just a few miles south of us, we have a brand new stadium shared by who? Houston Astros
and the Nationals
and the Washington Nationals. So I'm really looking forward to spring training because, boy, when you have friends like that, so it should be a lot of fun being able to have contacts with him. And, once word spreads that we're doing things for kids, and this show, in my mind, we're really doing things for kids. And how is that? For instance, I've been collecting common cards. I've been talking to people saying, listen, hand me your common cards that you don't want they're worthless to most people. But for me and for you, Alex, we're going to put together packages of hundreds of cards for people's favorite teams. Like, for instance, St. Louis Cardinals. I already have 200 or 300 St. Louis Cardinals from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and further. So all the top players, rookie cards, Hall of Famers are all in those packages that we're going to be handing out. We're going to be having contests where we'll be giving away these cards. And as a matter of fact, right now, if you are a father or know a collector and you'd like to give your son, your relative, an instant, credible collection of players from your favorite team, your son's favorite team, your relative's favorite team, just send us an email. It'll be right below here. Send us an email and let us know you want to enter the contest. And we will be giving away hundreds and hundreds of cards that will be excellent to start anybody's collection. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice because with the array of product you have nowadays, it's kind of hard for a collector to get a start. There's so many different products within a certain year, and it's a lot. It's very overwhelming with the amount of cards that are produced nowadays. So definitely having a mix of everything is a great start. Just of your own favorite team is a great start, just to start collecting if you're younger or you want to get back into collecting for that matter. It's definitely good.
Imagine having 200 or 300, and then we're just starting 200 or 300 cards of all Yankees over the years, and all Cardinals, or all Baltimore Orioles, and all Philadelphia, the Philadelphia teams. And this is exciting. I'm really excited. And eventually, we could do this for football as well. But I know last week that we talked about something very exciting, and that's one of the things why I connected with you the most was I was just couldn't believe some of the things that you were doing with many of your cards. You were sending away these cards to get them autographed. I know we talked about it last show. Let's talk more about that. But we have some results to show this week.
Yeah, I have a stack right here. We can show them on the screen for you, but there's a couple here that we got back. They come back in just an envelope, no letter, no nothing. And the first one I got back, one of the most notable, well, for me, notable, 1961 Johnny James signed it in some nice black Sharpie. The card's in really good shape. You can see very centered, a little bit top to bottom, but it's a very nice signature. He is wearing a Yankees uniform, as you can see, but he is noted as an angel, which is kind of interesting.
Imagine being able to train your mind with the same precision you train your body. The Awaken Mind headset offers personalized audio programs that can help enhance your concentration, reduce stress, and optimize recovery times. It's like having a personal mental coach available anytime you need to dial in your focus or unwind after an intense session. I believe that this tool can be a valuable addition to your training arsenal, giving you the mental sharpness and relaxation needed for those critical moments when games are won or lost. If you're interested in learning more about how this headset can be integrated into your routine for peak performance, contact me at the number below. I'd like to share more about how this technology can support your journey to the top. Wishing you continued success and looking forward to the possibility of contributing to your legacy as a professional athlete.
The next return, one of the more other notable ones, Galen Cisco. We have his 1967 high number, signed a nice blue Sharpie. You will see a little bit of a residue, but it's okay. It's a high number. And then he also signed a 1962 Red Sox team. So what I like about the 1962 set is the wood border that we have around it. So when you see it on the screen, you'll notice the wood border. Yes, the cards may not be in the best shape. They're older, from the 60s. But again, nice blue Sharpie signature from Mr. Cisco. Next one I have is actually from a very reliable signer. His name is Mr. Bobby Shantz. Many of you may know him, actually. He lives in the PA area. He's, I believe, 98 and still going strong, really. He goes to a lot of sports shows. I have his 1964 here. That is his last card, actually. So it's cool to have his last card. I have his I believe his first one's 52 tops. That's the earliest one I have of him. So to have from 52 to 64 is pretty impressive. Nice blue Sharpie signature as well. I have two more, actually, that I thought were pretty notable. So I have a 1966 Ken Harrelson, nicknamed the Hawk.
All right.
Hall of Fame 2020 inscription. And the other one he signed for me is a 1969 Sporting News, same inscriptions, Hawk Hall of Fame 2020. So as you can see, the difference between a nice black Sharpie signature and a blue Sharpie signature. A lot of collectors prefer that blue Sharpie signature. I prefer the blue Sharpie, but you can see the difference between, a black and blue signature. Not that it's a bad thing, it's preference, but you can see why a lot of people might prefer the blue a little bit more. And the last one that I got three back here. This guy actually recently just passed away, I believe, within the last week. Mr. Bob Pretty, however, if that's the correct pronunciation. He signed a 1965 card and a 1969 White Sox card. So we'll show that. It's kind of interesting. Since he just passed away, these are probably one of the last ones he signed. So to me, that's it's not, you feel bad, but at the same time, it's kind of interesting. It might have been one of his last signatures.
Absolutely. That's exciting. And listen, these players are now in their 90s and they're not going to go on forever, but that's why we want to send away as many cards as we can, because they're in their older age and they are passing on, and it'd be great to get them. It's exciting to get them to sign something before they do pass. And tell me, I know you do this to build up your collection, but why would people, and listen, the obvious, hey, someone's an actual player signing your card, but what other reasons would people want to get autographs on their cards?
So for someone like me, I would like it just because I always like it. It's like a piece of history, as I mentioned before. So it's almost like the player putting your card in front of them, signing them. It's a piece of history they used to play in the 60s, the 50s, whatever. To me, I just think it's a cool aspect. And I've always loved autographs. I think autographs are really cool. So, but everybody's different. Everybody, might just want the super sharp older cards, whereas a collector may just want, maybe a little bit of a lower grade card with a signature. But it's really all just personal preference. And it's, with the Hall of Famers, especially, like you can get a, signed Nolan Ryan, a signed Juan Marichal, a signed, I don't know, Carl Yastrzemski rookie. Those are, that's kind of cool, especially if, you were a collector when when you were a kid and they were playing. As you get older, you get it signed by them. It's pretty cool, especially if it's a childhood card. But just for me, I always have liked autographs, so I think that's what draws me into it.
Very exciting stuff. So I have something else to show you, Alex. This week, let's see if I can get that. I've been putting out notices to the community about cards, and did people want their common cards? Did people want to sell their cards? And so I paid $10 for this. Oh, this is nuts. I paid $10 for this box of Bowman's, and it was a whole box. It's pretty good, 1989, and I saved you 3 packs for you to check out and open on your own. Maybe we'll do that on screen. Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, I saved 3 packs for you.
Much appreciated. Thank
you. I've got a ton of cards here that were kind of common cards that we're going to use to give out, but also I put together some incredible cards from that box. Rookie cards, Hall of Famers, Mike Schmidt. I mean, the names can go on forever. So that was a very exciting thing for me, to find someone who had a sealed box from literally 25 years ago, untouched, that I was able to get my hands on and sit here for an hour and just to take a gander at these cards, fresh, razor sharp cards out of these packs. That was spectacular.
Oh, that must have been awesome.
We're also going to go to some more card shows, and you mentioned 2 that were coming up in early November, and we're definitely going to go to one of them. We might go back to the one that we went to up in Stewart. Was it Stewart that we went to?
Yep, correct.
To the Polish American Club in Stewart, and I had a blast. I mean, imagine being able to get some spectacular cards for $20, $25 and come away with a stack of cards. That was absolutely fascinating, and I want to thank you for turning me on to that. And we'll go again in about 10 more days or 2 weeks. We'll go up there again. So the other thing that has come up since doing the show is I have been connecting with people who have card collections, and I'm asking them, hey, what about coming on the show in the future and showing us your card collections or your memorabilia, whatever you have? And we're going to be getting people that will be coming on the show and sharing their card collection. So this show is going to be a very, very exciting show, between having athletes on here, showing the cards that we get autographed, and spring training coming up in February. And the players, many of them will be coming back here in January. And it's almost November now. We're in the middle of, towards the end of October. So in just a couple of months, many of them will be back in January. But I also know that there's plenty working out here all year long, that we will find a way to get access to them, because we want kids to get into baseball more. We want kids to get into collecting baseball cards and football cards and hockey cards. And I told you, Alex, I've got I'm not going to mention any names yet, but I have a Dallas Cowboy, a long-time Dallas Cowboy lineman, who's going to be coming on the show and sharing his career with us and highlights and his collection. And also a baseball player who played for Philadelphia and for Boston, and I think Pittsburgh. I think he started in Pittsburgh, and he played 12 years at least, and he's going to be coming on the show. So I'm looking forward to having a lot more stuff going on with the show. And any ideas that you can bring to the show, very, very excited. The auctions that we talked about, this is going to be a fun and exciting show in the future, as well as we have right now.
I agree. I can't wait to start picking these athletes' brains a little bit, kind of getting an idea of what it was like in their playing days and, some of their favorite memories and, players they've played with. Cause, you never know who they played with or who they've run into and, what life is like as an actual, NFL, at least said linebacker, or just an MLB player.
Imagine being able to train your mind with the same precision you train your body. The Awaken Mind headset offers personalized audio programs that can help enhance your concentration, reduce stress, and optimize recovery times. It's like having a personal mental coach available anytime you need to dial in your focus or unwind after an intense session. I believe that this tool can be a valuable addition to your training arsenal, giving you the mental sharpness and relaxation needed for those critical moments when games are won or lost. If you're interested in learning more about how this headset can be integrated into your routine for peak performance, contact me at the number below. I'd like to share more about how this technology can support your journey to the top. Wishing you continued success and looking forward to the possibility of contributing to your legacy as a professional athlete.
I want to thank you, Alex, for joining me again on the show. We're going to do a show at least once a week until there's a reason to do more. And thank you all for being a part of it. If you would like to win hundreds and hundreds of cards of your favorite team, just send us an email and say you want to enter the contest. And we're going to be giving away lots and lots of cards over the coming weeks and months. And so looking forward to spring training. I think a whole new world will open up to us. So again, Alex, thanks for coming on the show, and everybody for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bruce.